Hi, and welcome back to English for Communication 2. I'm Stephen Judge, and today we're going to do our final lesson of Unit 6, Looking to the Future. And today we're going to look at combining all the different tenses we've looked at so far and how to use them in a conversation. So far, some of the tenses we've looked at during this course are past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous. In present tense, we've looked at present simple, present continuous, and present perfect. And in the future, we've looked at future going to, future will, and the future models. So let's look at putting them all together, because when we study, we usually do one at a time. But when we have a conversation in English, we actually go in and out of different tenses. So here's an example of a conversation between two people talking about their homework and a variety of different tenses used. Have a quick read through and see how many tenses did you find in this conversation. Okay, so let's look at the tenses. Did you find 6? So our first tense is present simple. So you are not finished. You should try to be more organized. If you keep doing this, those are all present simple. Our next tense is present continuous. What are you doing? Oh, I'm trying to finish my assignment. Next tense is past simple, and we have examples here. Our third tense is present perfect. Have you always procrastinated like this? Past perfect, continuous, future tense. And so that's all the tenses that you used in the same conversation. So when you're speaking, it's very difficult to know what tense you should use when you're thinking on the fly. But getting used to different tenses and knowing how they mix together will make you a much better speaker in English. So, to speak in different times, there are some time phrases that are helpful to indicate what tense is being used and what tense you should use. So let's start with the past. Some popular time phrases we use in the past are yesterday, last, ago, and this morning. Example, I went to the movies yesterday. I had pizza last night. We talked about this last week. She went to Phuket last year. So we use a time frame with last. Ago, we use amount of time. So he called 5 minutes ago. I went to Japan 7 years ago. So we usually use time period of like minutes or years or seconds, the way we calculate time. And then we also have this morning. We often say this morning in past tense, especially so something before we talking. In the present, we use now, today, this, at the moment, and these days to talk about the present, and since. So I am cooking now. We are finished this assignment today. We have this, so this week, this month, this year. And so we have present continuous showing that the action is still ongoing. So at the moment, so similar to saying now. I've been these days, so we have an example A, present perfect continuous. And we have since. I've been waiting since 6 o'clock, so present perfect, marking the start time and that the action may or may not be finished or recently finished. So we all use these time expressions for the present. In the future, we use tonight, tomorrow, next, in, later. So for tonight, I'm going to go for a run tonight. And we use future tenses and expressions with tonight. Tomorrow, let's hang out tomorrow. Now next, similar to this, but in the future, so we have next week or next day, so next Wednesday, next Saturday. We also can say next month or next year. We use in to talk about like amount of time, so in 5 minutes, in an hour, in 5 days. So the amount of time in the future. And then we also use later, just to be a later point in time. We don't know when, just not now, sometime in the future. So these are some popular expressions of time that'll help you choose what tense to use or indicate what tense is being used when you hear it from another person. Now, when you tell a story or when you're sharing an experience, there are some expressions of sequence that people use in speaking. So when you're beginning a story, these expressions are commonly used. In the beginning, first of all, once upon a time, one day, first, to begin, to start, and once. And all these expressions indicate the beginning of a story or the beginning of a point. In the middle, so after the beginning, we have these phrases that continue on the conversation. So meanwhile, then, after that, later, afterwards, after a while, next, second, third, so the orderly, fourth, fifth, and then also and after. All are phrases used to give sequence after the beginning. And then we usually indicate the ending of our stories or our message with these phrases. Finally, at last, at the end, in the end, lastly, after all, by the end, by this point, and eventually. Now, sometimes we show relationship in the middle between different actions. So say one action was interrupted or stopped or blocked. So we use phrases like suddenly or all of a sudden, but then, to show that there's a relation and that the action was stopped. We also have expressions to show that maybe two actions are at the same time. And we use when and while, and often used with past continuous. When I was living in Korea, she was living in Thailand. Or while I was working on the report, she was watching a video. So we use these to show that two actions are done at the same time. So knowing the expressions of times, whether sequence or common expressions, will help you to choose what tense and understand what tense is being used. My name is Steve Judge. I hope that you find this helpful, and thank you and have a good day. Bye.